Greetings, sports fans, ASMR Sports. Back in your business today. What I have here is a box of what I would call, superstars of baseball. These are cards that I've set aside from, boxes and packs that I've opened over the past, probably a year or so. And the focus is pretty big name stars like Judge, Ohtani, Acuna, Soto, some of the newer guys like J-Rod, who, honestly is quickly working his way out of this list. Trying to think, who else is in here? Well, here's an example. Bobby Witt certainly is one of the hotter young prospects or players in the game these days. So, his cards are in there. There are a few pitchers, probably like Garrett Cole in here. And then also in this box, I have parallels of sort of lesser players. I mean, Salvi Perez is a pretty dang good veteran catcher. But if this were just a base card, I would not put it in here. But because it's a parallel, it goes in. So we'll see who else is in here, like Bo Bichette. He's in here. I know he's having an off year, and he's kind of on the trading block, but I would say he's a pretty credible superstar, in my opinion. So, alright, so what are we looking through this box for? Well, we're looking through this box to find cards to put in the dollar box. So, generally things worth, $1 or more, which pretty much any of these big name stars probably would be, if you go by, I don't know, whatever eBay sales you can find or ComC. I don't know that there's going to be anything in here worth, over, I don't know, $3-4, but I might try to find that out and maybe pull those items, or if there's just a handful of them, keep a few of those in the box just for spice. So I think Bo Bichette I would keep in. Salvi, this is the kind of card where if you're a Royals fan, and you want to buy Royals cards that you don't have, I mean, this is a nice card to have because it's a Prism from Topps Chrome, and it's, a veteran who's been on the team forever. So, if I was a Yankees fan and this was, I don't know, I'm trying to think, they actually don't have many guys that have been on the team for a long time, but if this were 7 years ago and it was Brett Gardner, yeah, I'd pick that up for $1. So I'll keep that in. This is a parallel as well, not a particularly rare one, of course, but a Mojo parallel from those Bowman Mega Boxes. Corbin Carroll is having a terrible year. I don't even know if is he injured or playing, but I don't know. I don't think he's doing any good based on where his card prices are, but he did win a Rookie of the Year, so I'll keep him in there. Bryce Harper, having another solid year. Get a couple sleeves out because I feel there's a couple cards in here that are not sleeved. So this is a reprint, or a sort of, I don't know what you call it, but it says reprint. But it's an insert in a Topps flagship set from, let's see, 2017. I think that's a 2013, 2012 or 13 design, or sort of reprint. Corey Seager, rookie. Freddie Freeman, green. I think that's a green parallel rookie, so that's a little beat up, but I'm sure that has some decent value if it wasn't beat up, even though Bowman Platinum is a pretty low end set. but those would be, again, I think cool cards for the right collector at $1. Manny Machado, that's a actual Manny Machado flagship rookie there from that same year as this Bryce Harper, and actually this is actually, so it's 2013 that this card is from. This is the actual card that this one is a reprint of. So kind of funny that I have the original and the reprint in the funny, this has a gold logo, this one has a silver logo, as all the cards from that set did. So this one I might look up. That could have some value. I'm not sure what kind of condition this is in, but I'm going to take that out and see if it's got potentially some value. It's actually pretty nicely centered. So Clayton Kershaw, 2018. These cards, a lot of these ones in this run right here are from these older ones from the 2000s are from our friend of the show who sent, I forget his username, but he sent in a bunch of cards from this era, kind of because I had mentioned that I, didn't really have many cards from that era, so he'd sent a bunch in. I'm actually going to re-sleeve because that sleeve is beat to hell. So he sent in a bunch of cards, from this era, and that's what a lot of these are. So, 2008 prospects. This one I might look up. I mean, Clayton Kershaw is like Topps flagship rookie is a very actually valuable card. It might be because it's kind of rare, but we'll see. So some other pretty dang solid rookies here. Garrett Cole rookie, Bowman. And then just some base Trouts. Those I think are always worth throwing in a $1 box. Kind of having a okay by his standards here, but down by his standards, but okay by most people's standards. Is there 2013 cards there? So, okay, Alex Bregman. So this is a Topps Holiday Parallel. Not sure I would put a base Bregman in Stanton. I don't think I would put that in a $1 box. I don't know why I have these guys pulled out of there. And actually, I think I'm going to take out Bregman too, because that's just a very low-level parallel. So, Acuna base. Kershaw base, probably pull him out since he's a pitcher. Vlad, I'll probably take out. Tatis, I'll take out. I'm probably not going to include like a lot of the players I have in this box. Like Bryce, I'll include. Mookie Betts, I don't know. Maybe some of his cards I will, some I won't. Judge, I think any base Judge probably can go in this thing. Base, Trout, any Shohei certainly can go in. I think the original intention for the cards in this box were for me to make, do that bets because it's a little bit older, were to make those cheapo packs that I've made in the past, and I've always sold out of those, where I basically put 10 cards into a little team bag and sell those for like $3. So it's basically 30 cents a card. So, you get a bunch of these kind of lesser cards, and then maybe one of those, $2 cards, $3 cards on top. So Bo Bichette, rookie debut, Trout base, Judge All-Star. These are from 2020. Arenado, I'm going to not keep in here. Fantasy Heritage Minor Leagues, I think. So, Alonso rookie. I think that's probably worth putting in there. Harper, we'll include probably Harpers, along with all Trouts. Freddie Freeman, that's a refractor, so, or a prism, so I'll include that one. Betts, Judge, Bryce Harper, another reprint, one of the reprint cards. Mookie Betts. So I should be doing a video pretty soon where I'm putting, some of these cards and some of the rookie cards that I had, pulled to be included in this dollar box. There's a Bregman memorabilia card. But anyways, I'll be doing a video where I put a bunch of these into top loaders, which is their sort of final state before going into the dollar box. Arenado, I just feel is kind of hobby irrelevant at this point. Alonso parallel. I think this particular set of cards is, I think, from one of those big $40 value box tops things where they give you like a couple of extra packs, and these are the parallels within them. I think that's what they are. Collector's box, yeah, it says collector's box right there. That's what those things are called. Garrett Cole, X-Fractor, DeGrom, X-Fractor, Matt Olson, sure, why not. Devers, having another pretty dang solid year. So earlier today I was playing tennis and I totally jacked my back up. One of those kind of classic throw your lower back out type situations. Garbage. So that is a refractor parallel. That's actually a pretty nice card. I might just look that up for fun. I can't imagine. It's a refractor base. Not a bad card either. Jeremy Pena, where are you now? A numbered Devers. I'm gonna look that. I feel like I probably looked that one up already. And would have put it elsewhere in my, large collection of boxes. If that had a value over like $3-4. So yeah, I've been sort of hunched over all day since my back injury. I'm kind of hoping I just sort of go to sleep and, it feels a lot better in the morning. I think, like most people my age, I've had these kind of situations before where you just kind of, I don't know, irk your back like while sleeping or garbage. Stephen Kwan, I heard, is doing good this year. But yeah, I don't know, I've been kind of depressed from not being able to do as much as I would like, and I actually, I was playing tennis this morning, and then I had another tennis match this evening that I was supposed to play in, but I ended up just not being able to do it with the back thing, so that was a bummer. Yeah, it was definitely a bummer. Seeger, second year. See a parallel of a Tatis, so let me pull that out. Austin Meadows. Not sure where he is right now. You can hear some fireworks going off in the distance. It's that time of year where you are just going to hear a lot of fireworks going on for the next few days. I think I talked about this last year, but I'm generally kind of down on like any loud fireworks because they really disturb like pets, like dogs and cats, and perhaps more importantly to some people, they're not very good for the PTSD of a good number. Thomas is doing pretty good this year, I think. A good number of soldiers, who have PTSD that is triggered by like loud exploding noises. So I feel like those people should probably be cared for by our society and its firework using population. I think some people are probably just ignorant of those kinds of concerns. They just have never heard them. And probably a small number have heard those concerns and don't really give a shit and are going to do whatever they're going to do regardless. That's a cool looking card. I don't think that's a parallel. Yeah, I'll put that in there. Some fun Chronicle stuff we're seeing here. I wonder what year that was from. Oh, 2022, yeah, so if you haven't seen it already, I've done a fair bit of content like a few months ago on opening up a bunch of 2022 Chronicles. Chronicles is the set where they have a lot of, sort of designs from other Panini products all in one set. And it's kind of cool for that reason because you get, chromium cards like this and foil cards like this, acetate cards like this. And they have a lot of, cards of the better players like Judge, Ohtani, Trout. So you get a ton of star cards if you open that stuff. And I got what did I get? I feel like I got at least a blaster case of that stuff. And opened a number of those boxes, those blaster boxes. And that I think is where I think I also ordered I opened at least one box of hanger packs of this stuff as well. So that's also a place where this stuff would have come from. If we're going to see any Bobby Wood cards, or maybe we already have from that set, which would be rookie cards, so that'd be sweet. Anyways, I feel like I bought. What I know for sure is that I spent many days, possibly weeks, contemplating whether to buy a case of the boxes of hanger packs or not, and I can't remember what I decided, so I don't know if I have one hiding out somewhere in the dungeon. like this had a condition issue. It's got a little dimple in it. I feel like I remember the day I put this in. Yeah, it's got just a few kind of condition issues, so it's a nice little find for somebody. But it's not ultimately mint, so probably not worth a ton more than like $2, $3, $4. So yeah, 2022 Chronicles was like being totally like clearanced by Dave and Adams back, I don't know, 3-4 months ago when I was looking at this stuff. And I thought to myself, you know what? I like that 2022 class. It's funny, at the time I was like, you know, I was totally focused on the Julio Rodriguez cards. That's probably a $4 or $5 card right there. But I was focused on the J-Rod cards, the rookies in that set, and there aren't that many actually J-Rod rookies in there. I think there's only like 3 or 4 in there, whereas other players have, you know, like 7 or 8 or 9 different rookies in the product. It's a nice little X-Fractor. They call that something else. There's a Judge. That's some pretty sweet cards here. Anyway, so I was focused on the J-Rod as the primary interest in buying that 2022 stuff, but, you know, here we are in the middle of 2024, and it seems like Bobby Witt is the best thing you can pull out of there at the moment. And, yeah, I don't remember. Oh, well, actually, I think the Bobby Witt rookies are in, see all these cool, like, Spectra. Spectra's a very high-end set. Not very, but, you know, sort of mid to high-end set. And, you know, get an Aaron Judge, so it's a nice card, I think. I don't know. I gotta say, I haven't looked at what those Chronicles boxes are going for like nowadays. I'm sure they're up a little bit from when I bought them. Altuve, number to 199. So we got quite a mess going here, but some cool cards for sure coming out of this stuff. Oh, this is again from the, I think from, yeah, no, what is this? Oh, this is from that time I bought that, like, repack product from a fella who sells it, sells them on eBay. So these are already, in, it's not numbered. What year is that from? 2021. Yeah, so he makes these kind of repack products and sells them on eBay, and sent me one as a sample to open up on a vid, which I did. Austin Meadows, Soto. Though maybe that might be a parallel, but I'm guessing probably not. Sometimes they do, like, you know, sort of very common parallels of inserts in top stuff. Shohei. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't clean this up a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of stack up what I've got here and put it out of the way a bit. There's a guy that I know from a Facebook group, and he has been my supplier for a lot of the vintage wax that I've been buying lately. He's where I got all those kind of older hockey boxes that I've been going to town on. And I also got some football and basketball and baseball from him as well, so kind of everything. But, and I think he's got just a ton of stuff that he's probably starting to slowly get rid of. from what I can tell, and he came to me with a couple of things that turned into even more things when I started asking if he had, some other stuff. But basically, the theme of all this stuff was like 86 Topps baseball, which is my probably all-time favorite set. Not necessarily because I love the look of it, or there's great rookies, because there really aren't any rookies that are worthwhile in it. Back in '86 there were, but not now. So it's the first set I ever purchased in wax packs. So it has a very important place in my hobby history. So anyways, I love 86 Topps, and I already have a lot of it. I mean, I have like 2 wax cases that have all been, all the boxes have been individually wrapped as FASC. I probably have a few miscellaneous, like non-FASC boxes that are wrapped as well. I also have, probably like 8 or 9 OPG, 86 OPG, and OPG is sort of the, Canadian cousin of Topps, so it's the same set, minus a few cards, but then also they say OPG instead of Topps, so they're generally quite a bit rarer and more valuable. So I've got some of those OPG boxes as well that I picked up quite a few years ago. And the most recent kind of offer of products that this gentleman I do business with was for a case of 86 OPG boxes, which is, I think, 24 boxes come in a case of OPG. That's a really nice looking Otani Obsidian. That I might look that up just in case. I don't think it's got, I don't think it's worth more than like $4. Maybe there's a sale for like $5 or something. But all right. Anyways, yeah. So I got offered this case of 86 OPG, all FASC wrapped boxes. There's a foil parallel gunner. And I kind of ran the numbers on it. I usually basically look at comps and then assume I can pay some percentage of comps, as is common for people who buy cards. So I kind of ran my numbers, and I said, I would be interested at this price. I basically could not refuse this case, even though I have a lot of this stuff already. So I sent that off, I don't know, like a week ago, and he wrote me back like a day or 2 later, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna call your bluff and say sold on that case. And I said, all right, well, I told you I couldn't refuse at that price, and you're saying you're gonna give me that price, I have to do it now. So yeah, several $1,000s later, I am the owner of a case of 86 OPG baseball FASC boxes, which, the price I got them at is a very reasonable price. That, I could sell them all today and make, a decent, I wouldn't say like a, great profit, but, a profit, right? So, I don't know, maybe I could make, $30, $40 per box of profit, assuming, people are paying for shipping, and, for example, I'm not selling them on eBay where they take all your money from you. So, that's kind of the level of profit I'm at right now, but I'd rather just kind of hang on to them for a while and, hope people start to appreciate them more than they do now. I've been noticing that, 86, there's a Altuve patch. 86 Tops boxes have been going up pretty dang high. Like, I couldn't sort of believe the prices I was seeing on those when I looked them up. Recently, some boxes are going for like 150 a pop of 86 Tops, and that's not like FASC, that's just unwrapped, boxes. So, I don't know. I see that, and I think, well, these OPG boxes are way more rare. And the singles are significantly more valuable as well, especially in high grade, because OPG cards are really tough to get in good high grade, as are tops from that particular year, I should add. But in any event, I think if you're opening one of those boxes, you'd have a much easier time getting your value out of an OPG compared to a tops. So anyways, that was one deal. And then because I ended up taking that offer, my contact said, do you like 86 Tops? And I said, well, it's my favorite set. I have a ton of it. So he said he's got a bunch of rack box cases of the stuff, and he's also got a wax case. So if I was interested, let him know. And I said, yeah, okay, well, as with everything, I'm interested at the right price, so let me see what I could pay for them, and let you know. And if you're interested, cool. If not, then no worries at all. So anyways, I did my research and came up with the best price I could offer on them, and he said, yeah, sounds good, let's do it. So now, several $1,000s later, I'm the owner of a bunch of 86 Tops. Which I have now. I'm kind of screwed because I've just been on a buying spree lately, especially with this vintage stuff, which I'm a huge sort of personal fan of, but I also think is a fairly solid investment, assuming if the economy does well in the next 1-2 years, or there's some sort of reason. Actually, sometimes the economy not doing well is a good time to have cards, because people are looking for like alternative investments. But in any event, I think I don't know. I love having things that I think that I really appreciate based on sort of my age and how pop culture sort of existed back when I was a kid, and how that sort of culture is represented in modern products, or not in modern products, but in things we can buy and sell and trade today. So for these reasons, I sort of love older unopened stuff, regardless of its value. Like, it gives me happiness just to have a lot of this stuff on my shelves, because of its meaning. It's sort of personal meaning to me, and if it goes up, then great. If it doesn't, then I'm not nearly as sad as if I bought like a case of 2023 Prism basketball, and then I have to worry about whether Wembanyama is gonna tear his ACL and retire early, and make that product worthless, right? Like, there's not a whole lot that's going to change the value of this vintage wax, except for the overall kind of market condition for that product. And right now I feel like there's relatively few collectors who are interested in unopened stuff, or vintage unopened stuff. So like, if it ever becomes sort of true that that kind of product is gains more popularity, and that can be popularity amongst the non-collecting public who decide to get into cards and the way they decide to come into it is through, collecting vintage wax, or it could come from, current sports card collectors who've been focusing on modern, but maybe they get tired of it, or, they're just looking for something else, and they get into vintage wax because, I don't know, I think it's awesome. I think vintage wax is the absolute cat's meow, and I think, it's logical to me that other people will come to that same conclusion if they haven't already. And if a decent number of those people, either existing collectors of other stuff, or new collectors who maybe were like me and they collected back in the 80s and then they kind of got out of it, but now they want to come back and they want to get their boxes of 89 Donruss on their shelf because they look amazing, and they make their hearts swoon. So those things may or may not happen, but I feel like they probably will happen at some point. Maybe it takes 20 years, but I think it'll happen. So anyways, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to justify all my binge buying activities right now on vintage wax. But really, I don't have to convince you guys. You may think I'm crazy, regardless of what I tell you. But I'm just trying to sort of explain why I drop, I don't know what it is, but I'm probably up to like 40 or 50 grand this year on vintage wax stuff, which, honestly is a pretty small amount of my overall inventory, but still a pretty large number, because actually before I started buying all this vintage wax, most recently, I bought a lot of it in the past, but I took a, kind of a break for a long time because prices were so high during the pandemic, and then they've been falling and falling and falling, and I thought they've reached the point where, like, okay, I feel kind of safe buying stuff now. I mean, it could certainly fall more, but it probably won't fall too much more, because, like, prices are getting to the level where they're just above sort of where they were in 2019, and I feel like there's enough of a market to support them. So anyways, I'm feeling like the time is right to buy stuff now, and and I'm just buying stuff, and I really don't buy a lot of modern stuff because I'm just not super, I'm not super convinced that it makes a whole lot of sense to do that, with a few exceptions, like, with the Wembanyama stuff. I feel like he's definitely got some potential, so, buying things with his rookie is cool. Alright, so I'm going to pause for a second and set up my browser. So okay, here's our sort of eBay lookup setup over here. We've got the card that I'll be looking up. Here's so it's a 2022 Obsidian Shohei Ohtani, and we will go on over to the window here. See if anything comes up with any of these cards. Alright, so there's one for $8. These like morons selling them for $50 up here. Although, what, look at this. Almost gone, and 12 of them sold. What the fuzz? But then, like, down here, like, there's tons selling for way less. And here's one for auction. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy. Like, did these really sell for that? We're gonna find out, because when you do sold, then show up if any sold for that. But I don't think they did. So actually, it's not a terrible card. I mean, so basically, as I was yelled at recently, my comping of prices should include shipping, which I think I do that. I don't know why this person thought I didn't do that, but I will try to be consistent about that in the future. So, like, I'm sort of, comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. But anyway, so this is June 26th, just about a few days ago, and it sold for $3.58 plus $5.50 shipping. So that's like, $9. Here's another one from June 16th that sold for $3 plus $4.75, so that's $7.75. Here's one that sold June 13th for $4 plus $5 shipping, so that's $9.40. So it seems it seems to be an $8 or $9 card in it, and if I may be so bold. Let's see, maybe there's a bit of a kind of an upward trajectory here because, you know, you've got these lower sales. These are from early June. You know, there's $6 and $2. Okay, so here's one of those ones. I think, yeah, I remember the green background. Like this is the one that's sold, or that's being offered right now for $50. Well, here's another one that's not from that seller, but going for $35. But you know, just a few days. So, oh well, these are. I don't know. This is very strange. Very strange. The wildness. It seems like if you put refractor or silver prism, technically it is a silver prism, or really is it just a prism? Because I don't know if these obsidians can be said to have silvers or not. I think the base card was a prism. Anyways, I sort of sense that the sort of lower priced ones were, you know, happening earlier here in the listings, like back in May, but it seems like it's kind of like prices are all over the place from May, you know, until today. But I think a safe estimate of this card is probably like a $9 card. And this one's kind of off center, so I wouldn't really ever consider grading it. But I did notice that, well, let's see, here's a 8 going for $14.55. I feel like if you get a PSA 10 on this, it would possibly be like a, you know, $70, $80, $90 card. Just because I'm not seeing any. And it is a sweet looking card. It's a very premium feel. But anyways, pretty cool. That's a $9 card. So sweet. Alright, I feel like I remember seeing Gabriel Moreno doing, you know, pretty good this year, but I really have no idea. So that's the reason I'm kind of looking him up. So there's the base for 20 cents plus free shipping. Oh boy, so it cost, like the cheapest shipping I think is like, it's like 70 or 80 cents. Using eBay envelope, I forget what they call that, but standard envelope they call that. So they lost money by selling this, and it was, look at that, 3 bids to get out of 20 cents. Can you imagine? You bid like 5 cents. It went up 20 and you're like, no, too rich for my blood. What the fuzz is going on? Alright, anyways, are there any other? I don't know, not really. Apparently this guy's not doing any good. So yeah, so you can definitely go in his refractor into the dollar box category. This one, I don't know if we'll have any. We'll have any hits on this, but let's look it up just in case. 2023 tops. Chrome, pink, Raphael Devers. That's number to 399. Pretty high numbered parallel. But, well, there you go. This is not the exact same card because this is a logo refractor, but it is numbered to 350, just like mine, and you know it's whatever $2. So here is, well, actually I don't know. This is not actually pink. It's like some other color. I don't know what, because it's numbered to, you know. Oh, actually, $3.99. Sorry, I was thinking it said $3.49. But numbered to $3.99. This one is not numbered, so I don't know. I'm gonna do $3.99. See if that magenta. Okay, magenta it's called. So look at this, $3.40 plus $2 shipping, so it's a $5 card. But in May it was $2. So yeah, it's kind of all over. But it's probably a fair card to have in a dollar box. You know, maybe it's worth $5, maybe it's not, but for the right collector, it's a pretty sweet find. So I'm gonna put it in, keep it in there. All right, Juan Soto. I don't. This card just kind of looked cool to me, so I'm gonna. Let's see. I think that's 2023 Topps Chrome Titans. Juan Soto. this is refractor, so they do have non-refractory versions of this card. Yeah, here's the card, $1.34 shipping, so it's pretty much worthless. Or I shouldn't say worthless. It's not worth more than $1. All right, so that's that one. Then we got some old ones. Let's look up this 2008. It's SP, Upper Deck SP. So see what this guy's up to. There's the card, an EX5 for $12. Well, that seems kind of promising. If a 5 is $12, then, you know, ungraded probably is worth more. There you go. There's $8 plus $1.87 shipping. When was that from? June 5th, so earlier. Well, last month. Early last month. There's one for $8.50. So, yeah, I think we've got about an $8 card right here. So I think I'll probably take that out of the dollar box. All right, last up we've got the Bryce Harpers. So we got a chrome 2013 base, and then we've got the paper. So if the chrome is not worth, you know, more than a couple of bucks, then I don't think the paper is going to be either. So let's just see what the chrome is worth. And then we will know whether we have to look up the paper one or not. Alright, so fairly solid here. $6 plus $1 ships is $7. And this was a sale from yesterday, so that's very current. Now, here's the same card selling for $2.50 plus $1, but both of these are best offers, so I think maybe this guy didn't know what he could list it for, and sold low. Here's $5 shipped. 4 plus 1, so yeah, it's probably a $5 card. I did sneak a peek at that when I was taking it out to put it into a new sleeve, and it did have some surface issues, so I don't think it's gonna. Alright, now this is crazy because it's a refractor. This looked like a white border, but it's actually just refracting the light. But it's a refractor chrome card, and I thought, oh wow, is that just the regular non-chrome tops card selling for more than what I'm seeing the tops chrome for? But no, it's actually a refractor. So I want to see like if anybody has these listed for sale for like cheap money. Yeah, like here's $4 shipped. So seems like you can get these kind of cheap right now, despite the fact there's a bunch of sales for like $5 and $6. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is one of those cards I gotta put in the dollar box as a little tasty treat for somebody who can find that. I'll mix it in, you know, with all the other cards, so these more valuable ones are not all in the same place. But let's just for fun see if this one. I also want to see if any showed up graded, because this one looks pretty nicely centered. So theoretically, although I think I'm maybe detecting a bum corner on the bottom left there. I'm gonna take out this is another one that was. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. I have poor lighting right now, but yeah, the corners are not the best on this card. I think, yeah, I mean, the cards that this came with that were in that box that one of my subscribers sent in were kind of beat up, generally speaking, so I did not expect this one to you know, be in great condition, and I do think the corners are a little bit kind of wonky, so not something I would grade, but well, there it is, selling for $8 plus $1 shipping on June 2nd. Here's $1.64 shipped, so kind of a little bit all over the place. I think again, I think I gotta just put this in, you know, in the dollar box, and you know, be a little tasty treat for a Bryce Harper fan, a Phillies fan who comes across it. So well, there you go. I made it through this whole box here that I had next to me. Can get rid of this screen. So yeah. So there you have it. Wow, this is like almost an hour. was kind of fun to see all those cards. There's a ton of Judges in here, a ton of Otanis in here, so I would suspect that a lot of those, like, this is a refractor, I bet. Alright, now I'm curious, but I'm gonna look that up. Because I feel like it might be, you know, Judge is doing so good right now that, you know, something like this, like just a base card, that's a 2020. Oh man, I can't even see that. Hold on, let me see if I can use the magnification of the camera. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. I think that says 2023. Yeah, 2023 it said. Getting blind, folks. Welcome to old age. 2023. Topps. Chrome refractor. 1988 Judge. Let's see if that comes up here. Alright, so not too crazy, you know, but it's like a $3 card, right? $2 or $3 card. And I suspect, you know, that only something like this, which is a parallel, because it's a refractor, you know, will have a $3 or $4 or maybe even $2 value. His base cards, you know, just base Topps Chrome are probably only $1, you know, value at this point. All right, folks, that's what we got for today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope everybody's doing well and you have a great holiday with your loved ones. All right, see y'all next time.